Here we are gonna play some Magic. Red white. Crackin monks. Crackin monks. That's what we're gonna be doing. Not really sure how this is gonna play out. Got a change I want to do with the sideboard, but yeah, it's an interesting list. Let's just take it in. Take in the list. Think about it. Think about it. All right. Now that you've had a moment to stare at this, here's what this list is attempting to do. We have Mishra's Bauble here. We have Chromatic Star. These are fine crack targets, but they also draw us cards. We have Oust, because we're going to be playing basically a red-white lockout style. Oust puts things into the library. Maybe we'll blow up some stuff. Maybe they won't be able to cast. Crack the Earth is back. This is great against fetch lands. Terrible once there's lots of things out. We'll see how that plays. There was a Mana Tithe in here as a singleton. I've replaced that with a Cleansing Wildfire, so we have 2 Cleansing Wildfires. Then we have the typical lock things with Ghostly Prisons, Stone Rains, and Pillages. We'll probably leave it as Stone Rains, even though you particularly want Pillages, because we have a Lurrus. We have a Lurrus. Yes, Lurrus will only recur the Bauble and the Star. It's got me thinking about this Lurrus. And then we have Monastery Mentor here. So if you're not familiar, because you play a lot more red than perhaps blue, Monastery Mentor is Prowess 2/2, and every time you cast something, you make a 1/1 Prowessing monk. It's interesting. It's interesting. Boom Bust here to round things off. Sideboard has just removal pieces, more land destruction, counter magic, graveyard, and some wear and tears for good measure. Now, let's think about this list prior to running, because this was an untested list, but it caught my eye. Let's think about it, because there's got to be something we can do here. Maybe extra monk, maybe something else. Rough day are never fun. No, they're not. Mad Knights had a rough day. Hopefully not. Or you did, but hopefully it helps that you're done with your day. Last God's practicing blue-white taxes. That's crazy. And Derek is sold on the Monastery Mentor. I almost want to get another one of these in here. Opponent fetched into on a board of Arbiter and shame scoot. That's what happens. I don't particularly like this Gemstone Caverns here. I'd like to get this as something else. I'm thinking Wrath the God might not be a bad idea. You didn't get the notifications, Ale? Bummer. I'm finding Boiled to be more effective than Defense Grid in control matchups. What are your thoughts? A lot of control matchups are not necessarily running just islands. It'll depend on what versions of control you're finding yourself against. I feel like I want another Monastery Mentor. I'm going to have to rent a couple extra cards here, but I feel like an extra Monastery Mentor in the sideboard wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that piques my interest here. So let me go ahead and get another Monastery Mentor. I almost like an extra Monastery Mentor main decked. I think I have a Wrath of God that I wouldn't mind either. Maybe a Settle would be fun. Wilk Chamberlain, thank you for the resub in 10 months. Stats show you're 100% sub to me, Fluffy. That's great. Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome back, though. Welcome back. All right, I want some mentors. I just don't like this Gemstone Caverns. I kind of understand the idea. We could run a Boil as an alternate to that Heebie-Jeebies was mentioning. What about a Condemn? We could play a Condemn as well. Let me grab a Condemn. That's not a bad idea. We're not going to make these changes to the actual deck list, but you'll know what they are here. I do like a Condemn. I'm trying to think of anything else in red and white that I particularly like, that I've seen played before. We don't have any Planeswalkers in this build. That's probably okay. Yeah, I think I'm good with those couple rents. Let me go ahead and rent these. Let me put an extra Mentor in, because I think I want to hit a Mentor before I hit a Luris, or maybe I just put an extra Mentor in. We do one less Seasoned Pyromancer here. One less of these. Maybe something like that. And then here, the Condemn sounded like a good idea, and I will grab one of those. All right, we're going to rent these. I think this is where we're going to be, though. Any other last suggestions here? We could run the Condemn. We could run the Boil. I could take one defense grid out and put a Boil in, since we're that land destruction. I think getting to 4 mana might be difficult, but then we could also cleansing Wildfire ourselves. It's always an option. You know what? Let me put one Boil in. I have one beautiful white border defense grid here. We'll replace that with a Boil. Why not? The deck feels like it could be a little bit of a meme. I could, you know what? We have this Boil. Maybe it should just be an extra Monastery Mentor sideboard. What about that? Just when Monastery Mentor is real good, just bring in the 4th one. And you're just like, that sounds good. I feel like one less Luris makes sense here, and up the Seasoned Pyromancer. Do 2 of Luris here. That way I'm not so reliant on getting double white. Focus on the double red, which allows me to up the pillage count here to 3, which seems okay. 3-3-3 split here in the middle. That looks alright. 1 cleansing, +1 cleansing, -1 crack the earth. No, the crack the earth is supposed to be in here because of Monastery Mentor. That's the idea. The other idea is that if you top deck a crack the earth and you have like Luris, you could put something into play and use crack as well. We have 2 cleansing wildfires here. If we wanted to do 1 extra Crackin, then we could bring one of these in and open the sideboard slot up. But the idea here is to be able to put Bobble or Star down and be able to crack on turn 2 pretty easily. I think this is good. We'll see how often we draw Seasoned Pyromancer and one at Luris. We want to kind of go all in on the Monastery Mentor and just see if this is even a game plan that's possible. Let's go. I'm all about that, playing the game, finding out how it works, seeing the results, and then either throwing the deck in the garbage or playing it again. We have Crackin Monks here, red-white lockout style, modern. There's a few other names you could name the deck, but we're going to stick with that one. No Mana Tithe in this version. We'll see how it plays. Give me this. Hopefully everyone's Wednesday's going well. It's great to be playing first. I'm going to use this Bobble and oust and maybe pillage something here. Expedition map. Alright, let's... Inspiring Vantage. Mishra's Bobble. Play Star. Go. I don't really care what they're drawing. I'll look at what I am drawing, perhaps. Sylvan Scrying. I don't really care what they're drawing. It doesn't matter. Look, they missed out on Karn because they're shuffling. Goodbye. Urza's Power Plant. Urza's Tower here is good to see because I will be able to get to my pillage. Bobble Trigger. Extra Bobble. Extra Bubbly. Let's take a look at the top of our library here, since we don't care about theirs. It's an oust. Happily shuffle that away. I think we'll just pass the turn here, even though I could use the star. I kind of want to use that with a Crack the Earth, maybe, if I were to draw that. I shuffled you away, Oust. I shuffled you away. What are you doing back? That's a terrible card, too. Alright, let's convert this into red mana. Let's see what we draw. Oh my gosh, we're drawing absolute perfect here. Let's go ahead and grab this mine, because they went and got that with the Sylvan Scrying. The shuffler is a little bit messed up, it seems. It's a feature, not a bug. It's a feature, not a bug. Alright, for our land heavy destruction list here. We've got a lot of the wrong side of the deck here for this matchup. Luckily, we've got answers next turn. A walking ballista. Well, it looks like our ousts are great now. They look fantastic. Looking fantastic. Let's go ahead and Stone Rain and Urza's Mine. Let's go ahead and attempt to oust the walking ballista. If they put it into their library, it's second from the top, so it's actually a little bit of a tempo play. They decide to shoot me. They don't gain life, and we pass it back. That Stone Rain was really nice off the top. Let's see what else my opponent's got going for us. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I see you, mentor. Let's get going here. Oh, expedition map. Yep. Cracks the expedition map. Tries to find that land. Another mine, by the way. They particularly like these mines. Alright, let's go ahead and shock in here. We'll go ahead and play Ghostly Prison. Trigger, triggers. Let's just do that again here. Trigger, triggers. And attack for 4. Now my opponent could have Tron here. Hoping they don't. Ancient Stirring's looking for the Tron land. By the way, this is their third mine. They're looking for a power plant. What's up, D20? Expedition map. Okay. Expedition map played. Land destruction spell. Land destruction spell. We only have a few in the list. Only a few. Pops the map. Picks up a power plant. Plays. 2 mana available. This is not looking good for us. We've got way too many lands. I will attack and pass the turn. But again, this looks pretty bad here. They have Tron. They've got 2 extra mana on top of the Tron here. We've played this power plant out. Considering how many land destruction spells I do typically have. Ugin here can go up here on 8. They have enough mana to do that. Ugin and Sanctum here, down ticking with Ugin. Gets rid of everything I have. Not good. We didn't really need those ghostly prisons anyway. Alright. Let's play Star here. Let's crack Star, making more red. Alright. Hitting kind of a lot of nothing. Lots of nothing. Yeah, I would call this a flood. We have 22 lands, and I've used a fetch land as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have approximately half of my lands in the top 20 cards. It's pretty good. Not to mention 2 ousts, 1 through the shuffler, and then 2 ghostly prisons. I think we can concede this. I can't beat an Ugin and a Karn, can I? So I could boom bust. I can do the bust side of this. I could blow up all the lands here. If I blow up all the lands here, then I get a land and I keep 2. They downtick here, and then I have colorless mana. I think we have a better chance game 2 here by conceding. I don't have any breach, so the 12 is not really... Can't get through the 12 here. Couple turns late, indeed. Alright, we got some wear and tears, mentor, cleansing wildfires here. All of this can show up. Ousts, out. Realistically, the ghostly prisons as well. Trying to think if I want to just take the extra ghostly prison out and just have like a relic here as a cantrip. It works a little awkwardly with our Luris, but that's sort of okay. That's sort of okay. Probably better than a ghostly prison if we get it near the beginning of the game. Okay, so we have 2 more cleansing wildfires, an extra monastery mentor, some wear and tears. So we have crack the earth, cleansing, pillage, stone rain, boom bust. We have 18 things that I want to see on turn 1 and 2, and then a little bit on turn 3. Then we have our win conditions here, about 9 of those, and then cantrips. A little bit of interaction. This is a cantrip. So that's how it breaks down. That's how we're going to run it. What's up, Endermeat? How's it going? Zale's been building things on Minecraft. Grayus was on there the other day. I'm watching. I'm watching, subs. Let's play first. All right. So we can keep this hand. It's kind of interesting here. It kind of can mess with my opponent pretty nicely. Let's go ahead and do that. I have the star. I'm going to get to cantrip the star, so I have 2 draws here. Based on how much I flooded out last time, I think I'm willing to take this risk. You played your first Modern Infect League today and 5-0'd. Nice. Way to go. My opponent's mulliganed to 4 cards here. They're going to be quite disappointed. All right. Star here with the Sacred Foundry passing the turn. Very nicely done, Endermeep. All-star plays there. Expedition map. This is a pretty easy crack here. And we hit the land. I could just wear and tear this. Very tempting too, since I just got my Sacred Foundry. I can wait on this because I can just crack here and then I can wear and tear if I miss like a 3rd land. We'll get rid of our star. They'll get rid of their map. Okay. This is all fine. We'll wear and tear the next target here. We've got ourselves a Luris, which is nice. Peat land for our opponent. Top deck was a star. Let's use the star here. Let's go ahead and cantrip immediately here. And pass the turn. A little bit set back here. Didn't use the boom bust because they're not threatening Tron at the moment. They are now. We'll see what we top deck. We end up top decking a pillage. I am tempted to go 1 more here because pillaging is a whole heck of a lot better than boom busting us right now. We'll pass the turn and see if we can get lucky. Gotta get a little lucky, right? Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Alright, we get unlucky, but my opponent doesn't really do anything to follow up. Man, now I have to boom bust probably. They didn't do anything though. What does my opponent have that they don't do anything with 8 mana here? Didn't do anything. You know what? We're going to send it back. They didn't do anything last time. Surely this next time can't be that bad, right? I'm going to get rid of a Seasoned Pyromancer. An O-Stone. Alright. We'll just use our wear side here and just blow this up. Why not? We're not doing anything else, right? Land drop. Land, land, land. Land. Yes! Game's on. Game is on. Let's pillage away a mine here. We did the mine last time. We're going to go to the mine this time. My opponent floats 2 mana here. That's nice. Are they going to peat land? Are they going to blast zone? Next up, pillage. Next up, who knows what. Maybe I can get Luris and a star down and then crack as well. Star of their own. Cracks the star, making green mana. They already had green, so it's not like they've suddenly obtained anything interesting. Scrying. Mine. 3 mana available. 2 cards to beat. Goodbye, mine. Pass turn. Goodbye. Goodbye. Love to be able to play a Luris and play a star or something. Freedom Pigeons, thank you for the follow. Sanctum, 5 mana for our opponents. Nice. Luris here. I'm going to take the turn to do Luris and Star. They might put Blast Zone up to 3 here. 1, 2, they can. They choose not to. Got to keep their mana around. 4, 5 mana. Thragtusk. Thragtusk is pretty good against our Crack the Earth plan. Pretty good against that. Go ahead and Crack the Earth. See what they want to get rid of. We'll get rid of a star. They might get rid of Thragtusk here. They do so. We draw an extra card here. It's extra land. We're going to replay our star here. We shock this in because I'm also going to pillage away probably just a Tron land again. We'll continue to go after the Tron lands. We'll pass the turn. Pass the turn. Things are working out. Do they want to blow up this? Absolutely not. Do they attack for 3? Absolutely not. There's a Stone Rain. Let's go ahead and cantrip this for starters. We can now play it back out. I think I'm just going to... I could Cleansing and Boom Bust. I think I'm just going to Stone Rain the Urza's Tower here. The next Cleansing Wildfire might go after this. I don't know. 2 mana. Cleansing Wildfire is probably going after the Blast Zone. It's up to 2 here. Threatening my poor Luris. My poor old Luris. Forest. My opponent does not attack once again. Ooh, Bobble. Yeah, Bobble. Bobble. Now we can check out what's going on here. They have an Urza's Tower coming. Put this back into play. Urza's Tower I don't particularly like, so it's Cleansing. Cleanse away. We can then check the next card here. Checking the next card here. Ugh, it's Tower again. It's like that card decided to come back. We'll pass the turn here. I think we're in a good spot here. They got Tower coming. I've got Boom Bust. I've got a double draw here. Extra Bobble. Extra Bobble. Excuse me? Excuse me? Flagstones. Alright, let's play Bobble out of yard. Let's play Bobble out of hand. Let's play Bobble out of hand. Got a few bobbles, opponent. Bobble them. World Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plenty away from that. Flagstones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we can just hang tight here. We'll let them draw that. We're going to be Lantern Control now. Lantern Control. We draw. Is there a problem with the shuffler today? Bobble check. Oh, Ulamog. That's fine. I don't need this extra card either. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Look at all these lands. Look at all these lands. Cast Bauble from hand. Cast Bauble from here. We have an Ulamog coming here. Let's go ahead and do Boom Bust. That makes them shuffle. No, this is destroy. It makes me shuffle. That's right. Bust or we riot? No, 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 no. You can't suggest that. It's illegal, Zale. That's illegal. Stone Rain. Forest here. You're gonna pick on Ulamog. I'm just gonna bobble. We gotta get all the value here, Zale. We would have gotten a plains and drawn 4 cards. That's too much. That's too much. Enjoy your thing. Next card, please. Chromatic Sphere. All right. We're gonna play our Seasoned Pyromancer probably here. It would have been okay. That's what you think. That's what you think. We don't know that. Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard, discard. Crack the Earth Mentor. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and crack the Earth here. Triggers. This is where we're going. I got the sphere now. What's after the sphere? What's after the sphere? This is fun. What's next, opponent? Man, Luris did work. Baubles did work. Star did work. Seasoned Pyromancer didn't do work. I want an extra Luris. Where are we at, opponent? We got a whole nother game to go. Don't rage quit. What are we doing? Also, we're like 26 cards to 39. Wow, that's a lot of digging. Where are we at, opponent? Where are you at? You could win. Just concede. Go to the next game. Go to the next game. It's game 2. Don't tilt yet, opponent. You've got to deal with this one more time. There you go. All right. That worked. Saw World Breaker. Saw Thragtusk. I think I've just got to stay the course of the plan here. Blow up the lands. Don't let them win the game. You know. Typical Magic things. Also, we dug that far without seeing Monastery Mentor. It's crazy considering I have 4 of them now. Alright, opening hand. Star, Bauble, Wear and Tear. Wear and Tear is nice. It could stop a... It could stop... Really can't stop anything. Are 2 draws worth it here? I don't think 2 draws are worth it. I think we have to mulligan this and look for like cleansing or crack here. They pillaged your land instead of your sword. Maybe your land was more important. I'm going to mulligan this because we're against Tron. I want to find a hand like this. Yes. Oh my gosh, I don't want to give up any of this. Keep. I'll get rid of Stone Rain. Get rid of Stone Rain because, you know, it's the worst card here. Alright, we can Boom Bust, we can cleansing ourselves. Urza's Mine here. Expedition map. What's up with the shuffler today? Star into play past the turn. Lost to Boggles? No, don't lose to Boggles. Don't let him do it to you. Alright. Let's go ahead. So I can Boom Bust here. Then I can Pillage and Stone Rain. I think we go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and Boom Bust here, and we'll target the second land they played. Not using Star just yet in case I find myself with a Crack the Earth. My opponent's going to re-pick up probably a Power Plant here. Oh, we have the double red. We had the double red through Star, Grayus, so there's no fear in not having that double red. Because we don't need to use this for probably the foreseeable future. My opponent found a basic forest. This means they have Sylvan Scrying. Plays. Nice. Ancient Stirring, Sylvan Scrying, Sylvan Scrying. Nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. This must be what it makes Tron wake up at 3:47 a.m. in a cold sweat. Probably so. Probably so. Let's Stone Rain past the turn. No real reason for me to use Cleansing Wildfire on myself at this point in the game. Ancient Stirrings here. Towers found. My opponent's doing a good job at finding their Tron pieces here. Could Cleansing Wildfire the tower here. Opts to play a Star. Mentor, pass the turn. Here we go. Let's go. Opponent's gonna quit Magic? No, they won't. Come on. Dismember me. Power Plant. Map. Alright. Alright.
Doesn't equal 7 today.
It does not. Alright. Crack and Pillage here. Alright, let's start with a Crack the Earth. Triggers. Triggers. Ooh. Look at that. Holding on to that Star until Crack the Earth shows up. What are they going to do? We'll get rid of Star, but we could get rid of the Monk. See, that's what you can do. They got rid of the Forest. Oh, opponent. Oh, why'd you do that? Oh, Cleansings. Let's go ahead and pillage away a Power Plant. This is so good. We're going to double Cleansing them. We're going to have so many great things here, everyone. What a great start. Goodbye, Power Plant. They ended up picking up another Power Plant. In for 4 past the turn. 16. Power Plant played. Sphere. Oh my gosh, it's a Luris. We could then, next turns, play the Star. Let's go ahead and Cleansing away a tower here. Let's do some triggers. Oh, couple triggers here. They made green. They're done. Cleansing Wildfire, killing a land. We're going to Cleansing again. These will all get double triggers. That's 4, 7, 10 damage. Drawing Star and land. Following turn, play Luris, Star. Get them. Yes. More of this. More of this. Oh, turning every little Crack the Earth and Chromatic Star into a trigger for Mentor. I've added a Seasoned Powermancer over Luris, but I think I want to just slap the Luris back in. This is looking good. That being said, that was probably the easy matchup when we think about it. Tron versus land destruction. What made you come up with the Luris Mentor package? Red White Lockout Discord did. Specifically, Pascal 85 created the list. Try out this next, monks. There you go. And then I asked if they'd done anything new and got no response, and there you have it. Keeping up with the communities, and that's why you have this list in front of you. Triple boom bust, double bobble, single oust, Luris hand. Not great. Can't slap cats, that's animal abuse. My opponent's mulligan to 6. I have to mulligan as well. This looks okay. I can probably get rid of the oust here and use 2 draws, bobble and star here, and hold a stone rain. That seems alright. Maybe they're a creature deck here and we'll regret our oust, but that's okay. We gotta take what the deck provides. Creature match. Verdant Catacombs here, immediately finding themselves with a overgrown tomb. Shocks it in. Inquisition or Thoughtseize, and there you go. Luris is gone. Goodbye. Into the garbage can. We didn't put him in the garbage can, Big Monkey, they did. Which is worse. Alright, we have a fetch land here. Let's go ahead and bobble. Checking me real quick. I have a stone rain coming. That's probably okay with what we have here. Star and pass turn. So we'll have double stone rain. This makes us a little bit Thoughtseize proof and can start restricting my opponent's mana. At least I didn't slap him in there. Get in there. That being said, this is a nightmare kitty. This is a nightmare kitty. It's different than a real kitty. Real kitty, nice, soft, squishy, fluffy, scratchy. 14 goes my opponent here. Shocking in. Renin 6. This is the literal worst card for us to see. This card completely blanks our entire game plan. It's really not very good. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and fetch. Fetch our basic mountain here. We'll convert this to white mana. Alright, we find an oust here. You think Luris is underrated? Who's underrating Luris? Luris is a great card. Easiest matchup to Renin 6. Yeah, Renin 6 is kind of doing everything we wish we could be doing. Oh, it's a Liliana. I think we're too far gone here. I'm going to go ahead and concede because our main game plan is strictly blowing up their lands. They've got the Renin 6 and they can keep any of our mentors in check here with the Liliana along with Luris. We had Crack. We had lands, Crack, Pillage, Boom Bust, Ghostly. Yeah, we're just not getting there with what we have. Alright. I got Junded out. Yes, I did. Alright, Relics can maybe come in here. Oust and Condemn are okay. Mentor, possibly yes. Anger the Gods, possibly yes. All of this interests me. Crack the Earth, okay. Oust, okay. Pillage, okay. I think I want to convert some of my pillages to maybe Cleansing Wildfires, since the strategy is not as perhaps useful. I could convert Boom Busts into the Cleansing Wildfires as well. Question is this Anger going to make much sense here? My opponent's creatures are relatively large, but Relics in here to shrink them. Shrinky, shrinky, shrinky. What if I took all the Boom Busts out? What if I took all land destruction out? What's the deck start to look like? I don't particularly like that strategy. What do we do against Jund here? We need to generate more value, so we're generating value off of star and bauble. We need to interact. We have oust, oust, and condemn. They don't have too many basics. Maybe crack the earth's a little bit odd. If they get a turn 2 creature, crack the earth's just removal. I guess that's alright. Alright, let's take Anger the Gods out. We've got other interaction for them. We have 8 cards to cut here. Let's cut some Stone Rains, some Boom Busts. Let's take a Crack out. Let's take a second one out. Let's grab a Pillage, I think. Let's take one more Boom Bust. Alright, one Boom Bust, some Cleansing Wildfires, Crack the Earths, Pillages. We have the Ghostly Prisons to tie them up. We're going to try to get Mentor out and go kind of wide on our opponent. We have the Oust and Condemn to keep them in check, and the Cleansing Wildfires to shuffle away the threats that they play. We'll play first. We do hope that we don't run ourselves into a Wrenn and 6, but we'll just have to see. Keeping the opening hand here because I have at least a quote-unquote removal, but I also have kind of my threats that my deck presents. If my opponent does the whole hold for their fetch lands, just being passive with their lands, then we won't be able to really target them. So it's somewhat a reason to not go that line. Blood Crypt, Seal of Fire here. That kills Mentor. It's a Cleansing Wildfire. Let's go ahead and use that on ourselves to ramp here. Let's use Cleansing's ability here. Got lucky that we didn't have this. We draw an extra Arid Mesa here. We're going to use Flagstone's ability, Sacred Foundry. And we'll pass the turn. Really hate putting down Mentor with a Seal of Fire on the other side of the battlefield. Tarmogoyf's a 2/3. It's a Ghostly. Let's go ahead and play a Ghostly down. Let's go ahead and oust my opponent's Tarmogoyf here, really slowing them down. Pass the turn. Just trying to really slow them down from what they're doing. Right now, Lurrus doesn't really gain me anything from the yard. We might lead with that, trying to bait Seal of Fire. I think my Mentor is the slightly stronger card here. If my opponent misses a land drop here, it means their next card's Tarmogoyf, and the 2 turns here are without a land, which would turn Pillages and Stone Rains into better cards. We play a new Tarmogoyf. We do have a land. No follow-up. There's a Relic. Let's play a Lurrus down. Arid Mesa, and we'll play a Relic. So Relic can shrink the Tarmogoyf here. If my opponent takes the time to put this in, that's fine. They go ahead and blow up our Lurrus, which is a-okay with us as well, because we want to keep actually Mentor alive, not necessarily the Lurrus. Wooded Foothills, so my opponent had their 4th land. Opponent's going to attack. What's my favorite cold sandwich? My favorite cold sandwich. Undoes that because they've got Ghostly Prison. Contemplating. Cold sandwich. I kind of like... at Subway, you can get an Italian BMT. It's pretty tasty. So kind of like that, like a hoagie, Italian BMT sort of sandwich. It's pretty tasty. Pretty tasty. I feel like I should pop this Relic here. I know they can use the Wooded Foothills, but at least we do this now. What's the M? BMT. I don't actually know. I know what a BLT is. I'm not sure what a BMT is. It's Cleansing Wildfire here. We have a Seasoned Pyromancer that can dig me some cards here. I can also put the Relic in. Wonder how risky my Mentor is here. We'll start with a Mentor here, and I'll try to play Relic. This will keep Tarmogoyf somewhat in check here. We get the triggers. I know another Tarmogoyf is probably showing up here. I'll be a little sad if they kill Mentor. What's up, Marauder Otter? I don't know what a BMT is. I'm going to let you search for what the BMT means. What it fetches and shocks. We got a bolt here. We have an abrupt decay. Okay, interesting. We'll just pass back. They got a 3/4. Biggest, meatiest, tastiest. Oh, from Subway. That's what that means. I mean, the thing, the sandwich has salami, pepperoni, ham, cheese, lettuce, all that good stuff. Big meat trio. There you go. I guess that makes sense. Pepperoni, salami, and ham. It's 3 meats. OMG.
Can I please get a Pop-Tart check on red aisle 2, please?
It's over there.
And we are not looking for the boring brown sugar variety.
That's the only one I have.
We are looking for the blueberry or strawberry variety.
Don't have those.
On K, freaking stink and fluffy 35 panic.
Fluffy 35 panic. Thank you, Uncle DB, for the 300 bits. My opponent's trying to figure out how Ghostly Prison works, I think. They haven't quite put everything together. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. I probably want to go ahead and cantrip the Relic here. You know what? Let's not cantrip. Let's get interesting here. We're not going to cantrip because Seasoned Pyromancer's probably putting things into the yard. Hey, Enderbeep, thank you. Oh, I got something. Look at this. I got this guy. This lady. Whoever this is. Let's go ahead and cantrip here. We're going to get rid of the Raging Ravine. Our monk gets Prowess here. I don't know if I'm going to be attacking with my monk. Killing the Cleansing, or using Cleansing Wildfire on the Raging Ravine just so it's not a creature in the future. Yeah, Ravine was a good target there. I don't care about the Arid Mesa so much. Kind of like a Flagstone's out here. Seasoned Pyromancer, draw some more cards. Looks good. Attack for 2 here. If my opponent wants to, they can block. Blocking here, I'll pop Relic. Shrink Goyf. Ooh. Goyf's an 0/1. Dead. Deaded. Get deaded. What are these? Look at that, like, oh, it's a selfie. I thought it was like a playing card, like Queen of Hearts or something. Thoughtseize. It's a very timely Thoughtseize. Would you like my Mentor or would you like my Seasoned Pyromancer? Interesting. Doesn't want me to draw cards, apparently. How rude. How rude. This is that matchup where you don't see Brennan 6 and you're like, yeah, I could beat this. Alright. Let's lead with Mentor here. I get priority back. I get to star here. Some cool triggers. We'll yield this trigger as well. Trigger. I'm going to go ahead and pop the star right now. We're going to make red. In case I draw like a Seasoned Pyromancer or something. We top deck a Pillage. Let's take my opponent off of more green here. The green-black. Trigger. This does put a land in the yard. Not too concerned about that. And we'll just pass turn. I don't want to lose my monk to a 4/5 Tarmogoyf here. We're making the board nice and wide. They do lose something, so they could kill the Mentor, and they do with the Fatal Push, which is fine. We've got 3 Prowess tokens here. This is a 5/6, though. It's pretty beefy Tarmogoyf. Pretty beefy. But our Pop-Tart thing is over there, but you said you didn't want to see brown sugar, so Uncle DB, sorry. Sorry. By the way, we got no love for Endermeep subscribe. I'm going to start holding you all accountable. Someone was like, hey, put your subscribers up higher on your goals. And I could, but we don't cheer our friends that come in here and join our wolf pack. So we got to get the 100-some subscribers to cheer the new subscribers just as much as they get cheered. Then we can think about upgrading our status. So I'm going to put the howls in the chat here. Mad Knives does, but I expect better of you all. That being said, my opponent's contemplating here. Maelstrom Pulse is really good. Gets rid of all my work with my Monastery Mentor tokens here. Opponent can't attack due to Ghostly. We'll spin the wheel here with the Seasoned Pyromancer, drawing more cards. We'll go ahead and Cleansing Wildfire a Black Source, because I think they have a basic Forest. Draws me a card as well. There we go. There's some howls. Play a land here. We're going to just pass the turn here, because if I draw a 3-drop, I want to be able to play it immediately. Cleansing Wildfire, they didn't have another green. There's a Wrenn and 6. My opponent's pretty happy about that. They can start getting their lands back. Blood Crypt shocks Blood Crypt in. Gets a Croxa here. That's pretty fine with us. I can do 2 to this Wrenn and 6. Hey, heebie-jeebies. Thank you for the resub. 7 months. A lot of 7 months coming in. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get this going. Star. Bobble. Land. Guess I'll go ahead and attack Wrenn and 6 here. Starting to look a little bit sketchy. So they can replay their Croxa now. I need like a Condemn off the top. Waiting on the Bobble here till now. Just because I want to keep the card in case they have a Thoughtseize. They're drawing a Forest. Look at those Chandra with the cool sunglasses. It's like them shades. I don't think shades work this way. Overgrown Tomb. Shocks it in. Feels like it smells like a... Ooh, so Luris. Luris into Tarmogoyf here is a pretty good turn for them. Lots of defenders. A lot of defenders. Bobble trigger. We get a Crack the Earth. We also get a Cataracts here. This doesn't really do us anything. Alright, we'll pass. We're going to hold Crack the Earth here because maybe my opponent will do the Croxa thing. Playing the Crack the Earth with only one other card, they just remove a land, they uptake the Wrenn and 6. Opponent does the Inquisition things here. Nice. Opponent's going to reanimate Croxa using Luris here so they can do 3 to us. We're almost looking for that Relic. Finding a Relic wouldn't be bad. Shoots one of my tokens here. Plays a land. Bobble. Pass turn. Oh boy, Jund doing the Jund things. Looks like we're going to get Junded out here. Shoots a token. Replays Croxa, does 3. Oh, nope, Liliana. We discard a card. There's nothing to discard. Liliana up to 4. Replace Croxa does 3, down to 8. I don't even have to worry about my ghostly prison. Bobble trigger here. There's a relic, there's an oust. Alright. Now we've got something going on here. I can oust the Lyris. And I can then attack in here. So oust the Lyris. This allows me to kill Renin 6 here. We'll attack with everything at Renin 6. And I have this relic that can shrink the Goyfs here. Okay. Pass the turn. No reason to pop relic just yet. Kind of want to go after this Liliana. Lyris, it's not drawn yet. It's the next card. Oh, I should have popped the relic now for the Croxa. Whoops. Whoops. We'll just deal with a Croxa here. Was thinking that I was going to do the Tarmogoyf and totally forgot about Croxa there. Not good for us. We'll need another oust, but the deck's been shuffling really nicely for us. Tax me for 3 here. I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to end step relic here because I don't have anything really instant speed, and I want to get around the Liliana upticking. So there should be one less Croxa in play. So Crack the Earth, followed by a Arid Mesa. Alright. We goof up there for getting Croxans in the yard. Even if we did that, they have Lyris coming in a few turns, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about a big Liliana here. We're going to be drawing a few lands, eventually a boom bust that I could play the bust side and then put them behind a Ghostly Prison. However, with the Liliana, they might just separate in a weird way that I don't keep the Ghostly Prison. There you go. Jun takes us down, though. Little 0-2 there after our good 2-1 against Tron. What you gonna do? Sometimes they go well. Sometimes they don't. Match 3. All right. Let's go match 3 here, playing a Monastery Mentor list, a red-white lockout list. In Modern, Gigantha. This sometimes means Tron, sometimes this means like a Prowess. Let's mulligan this, looking for our land destruction spells, thinking that it's maybe Tron. Perfect. Keep. Wonder how likely I am to draw another land here. Kind of would like to keep the Mentor. I'll get rid of the Mentor. I think this stuff's just better. Ghostly Prison feels medium. Ghostly Prison's in here because I attack. Stomping Ground, Windswept Heath, and a Gigantha here. Interesting. With an Oath of Nissa. Okay. So it's a Niv to light deck. The Oath of Nissa makes our Crack the Earth a whole heck of a lot worse. That's alright. I just put Sacred Foundry into play tapped and pass turn. Cracking the Earth here doesn't really do a whole lot for us because they just get rid of Oath, and then I end up losing a land and it sets me back. My opponent found Teferi off of their Oath of Nissa here. They currently don't have white, but they don't need it. 2 mana Renin 6. Alright. Well, our main game plan isn't very good here. Maybe we hide it and go to a game 2. The Renin 6 is kind of brutal once again, because our whole strategy is to blow up lands, and Renin 6 kind of negates doing that. I don't think I saw what you did there. Ghostly Prison feels medium. Let me consult the graveyards and talk to them briefly. I'll let you know if I get the joke. Euro played here. Misty Rainforest played. This is slowly spiraling out of control here. With the Renin 6 active, Teferi in hand, and a Euro in the yard. Plus an extra Oath here. I feel like I'm supposed to hide information. I need to bring my graveyard stuff in. There's an extra Teferi. Is Renin 6 just the eternal foe to this list? It kind of is. Let's go ahead and concede to conceal information. I don't want to throw pillages out here. My opponent's pretty far ahead of us anyway. They still have 6 cards in hand, 2 Teferis, and a Euro that's coming down in 2 turns. I'm drawing apparently a bunch of lands. Not doing enough. Alright, so Mentor for this one, and Relics. Probably Oust and Condemn as well. Thinking Ghostly Prison's probably not good enough, but then they could be, like you said, doing the copycat stuff, so we probably want to keep that. Boom Bust, Pillage, all of that's probably okay. Honestly, this Crack the Earth is probably just not very good against them, because they have those Oath of Nissas pretty quickly. We can take those out. Let's actually just do, let's just do the 3 Oust and a Monastery Mentor and do the Relic, and then the main game plan here. And the main game plan. Not going to bring the extra Cleansing Wildfires in because my opponent has several basics. Renin 6 to my stomach. Yeah, anytime we run into Renin 6, it is definitely a bit of a problem. It's just going to happen. If we find that it's too much of a problem, I would adjust the sideboard to have some Spyglasses or Pithy Needles to take care of Renin 6. We have to see how prevalent Renin 6 is in the meta in order to determine if that's worthwhile. Mentor is the win condition. When does Defense Grid come in? Against blue-white control. Blue-white, Jeskai, other control decks that you're trying to play through counters. We haven't run into any counter decks yet, so we haven't brought it in. Alright. I'll keep this. Remember, we got rid of some of our counters, or not our counter, our land destruction. Alright, Bobble here, Inspiring Vantage. We don't have Crack in the list anymore, so we go and check what they're drawing. Windswept Heath, we draw an extra card here, F6 through the turn. Boom Bust, not a bad one. Maybe they'll fetch kindly for us. Choosing not to. Smart on their part. Play a Rugged Prairie, we'll pass the turn. Try not to show the flagstones here. Maybe I'll get a Mentor down as my first thing. See what colors they get. There's the Triome. There's a Vista. Cracks the Vista. Makes green. There's Renin 6. Alright, so I think it's going to be Mentor first here. I want to do Mentor first. I'm really frustrated to see Renin 6 once again. So if you see a lot of Renin 6, by the way, you play the Suppression Field version of the Red-White Lockout list. Suppression Field and Fetch Lands don't get along, and you can really slow down this card. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and risk a Monastery Mentor here, because if the only thing they're going to do is play Euro and try to ramp up, then this coming turn I can do at least a spell, maybe even 2, and hopefully set them back. The idea here is that this is now in play, and this is my answer this opponent. Stomping Ground. So they don't do the fetch land. They do shock this in. Looks kind of Euro-like. Helix. Well, that's rough. Finally get to catch the stream. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's up, Stickball? How goes it? What if I blow up all the lands here in 2 turns? What if we got greedy here? We play a Seasoned Pyromancer, getting rid of Pillage and Oust. Use these to try to kill Ren and 6. And maybe Boom Buster away to victory. Maybe. General Kenobi? I tuned into land destruction right into the face of Ren and 6. Oh yeah, but Stickball, you missed game 1. Game 1 was good. Look, Ren and 6 is hiding in the shadows over here. Why he's in the shadows, I don't know, but he's lurking. He knows what he's done. He knows. Prismatic Vista here cracks this so they can go up with the Ren and 6. Picks up a basic land. Bloop. You did. Game 1 made us smile. Made us all smile. Omnath played here. Alright, Omnath. What are we doing, Omnath? Ups Prismatic Vista here. Discards a card. It's crazy that they're discarding a card. That's crazy. Let's go ahead and attack here. Maybe they won't block with Omnath because they might think I have a Bolt or a Helix. Opponent doesn't care. Let's go ahead and make the double reds here. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of booming. Find us a Sacred Foundry. Gonna put a star into play, Inspire Invention sideways, and pass the turn. Is this the 4-color Omnath list? Yes. So a 4-color Omnath list is not getting punished by my land destruction spells. Ooh, Utopia Sprawl. Naming white. Picks up a Foothills. We'll just F6 through this turn. I don't really have any more actions here. I could use Star to try to find a land, but we can do that on our turn anyway. Opponent attacking in here. Does leave Ren and 6 slightly exposed here. Omnath. Trigger, gain life. Fetch, make lots of mana. Play Euro, shoot something. Mana made. Euro, play another land. By the way, Boyle, we were talking about that earlier. Boyle would be okay here. You'll notice that they really don't have that many islands. Maybe it would have hit 2 or 3 cards. It's probably not. Helix? Which card's dumb? Oh, Kitty Cat. My opponent flickers a land here, they could Saheeli. Decides to flicker Omnath here. Redraws a card. And next turn they'll probably have a lot of mana here. Alright, well, I do have 5. Or sorry, 6. I could bust away here. It's funny because busting away, it like sort of stops things, but then Ren and 6 just undoes all of that. It's kind of weird like that. Let's go ahead and crack Chromatic Star. I hit another land here. I think we go ahead and bust and just see what my opponent wants to do here. Bust away, pass turn. Oh. Oh! Oh! I wanted to gain some life here. They shock in. They have a counter spell. I got remanded. I got remanded. Oh. Oh no. Alright. Even if I play Ghostly, they would probably remand that. Whether or not the second playing of the Ghostly Prison stops the Felidar combo. But we're probably only about a couple turns away from that killing us. Alright. 2-1 into double Ren and 6 decks, taking us 0-2-0-2. Let's find a non-Ren and 6 deck. Let's play match 4. Let's play some Magic. Alright. We have a crack. Boom bust. We're against an Obosh. I do like a Ghostly Prison here against an Obosh list. Let's keep. It's a bit of a weak hand, but the Ghostly Prison against Obosh seems good. My opponent asks me if I'm streaming. If I'm streaming this. You want to say hi to chat? They're not a sniper. They just like our vids. What's prison? Give me a bobble off the top. Kind of would be okay with that. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't ask for that kind of stuff. They like the red Karn version, but they bought the pieces for Punisher Prison as well. Nice. It's good to be able to just play some quick games sometimes too when you want to. Smash face. Alright, I'm not going to lead with the Crack the Earth because we're going to try to get the Ghostly Prison down ASAP here. We can always ditch Crack and maybe Boom for the Seasoned Pyromancer making some chump blockers. Bomat, Soulscar, hits for 2 here. Pillage can kill Bomat, that's kind of nice. Down to 18. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this to set them back a land. Little boom here on the boom bust. Taking away the... This is my draft land, by the way. They know what I'm playing now. Good luck. Extra land here. Definitely gonna get this Ghostly down. Attacks for 3 puts me to 15. Bomat doing the Bomat things. By the way, you can see how bad this Crack the Earth is against a list like this. It could be a removal like on turn 1, 2, but that's about as far as it gets. Light up the stage for our opponent. I forget where these cards go. Seasoned Pyromancer, extra land. I might pillage first. Pillage them so they can't... So they can't play Seasoned Pyromancer. Seasoned Pyromancer is kind of an annoying card, making them draw extra cards. I take another set of damage here, then eventually Ghostly Prison. They're going to get an extra land here. I guess I don't want them to draw more stuff here. We'll go ahead and take the land away from them and pass turn. This way they only get this land and whatever's in their hand here. Possibly with the Ghostly Prison and not enough lands here, my opponent may not even be able to attack for very much most of the time. So yeah, we're going to take 3, maybe a few more points here based on whatever's in hand. But after that, I'll be happy. Attacks for another 3 here. Puts me to 12. I think we're doing okay. Could be doing a lot better. Obosh means they only can play 1 drops here. Another light up the stage. They find a land and a lava dart. Definitely want to play that land at some point. Let's go ahead and play a Ghostly Prison here. Now I have the option to oust, or I have the option to hold oust, so I get 2 things with Seasoned Pyromancer. Considering my opponent can only attack for 1 thing, I could force this. They'd have to discard their hand. Might not be a bad idea. I could also oust my own Seasoned Pyromancer to gain a little bit of life. And maybe I have another card here that I want to play. The tempo play here is probably not that strong. Let's just give him the turn back. You may have the turn back. Alright, they were going to just do Bowmat anyway. So there you go. Blast Zone and Seasoned Pyromancer hit the bin here. We have a land here. So we have 3 lands, 4 cards, plus a Lava Dart. Utilizes the Lava Dart here. Down to 11. Attacks for 1 of these. And can't play anything else. I doubt they want to sacrifice a land here. So hits for me another 2. We're down to 9. Lava Darts me as well. Now my Seasoned Pyromancer tokens look safer. Alright. Could Stone Rain a mountain. Stone Rain. Crack the Earth. Oust. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go ahead and make a little bit of red and white. Let's go ahead and crack the earth here. I can get rid of my basic plains. Probably want to just get rid of the rugged prairie though. And then when they get rid of a creature, we oust the Soulscar Mage. They gain a little bit of life. That's fine. Alright, so they have no creatures here. It's like we're on turn 3-ish on the game here. Mountain can't attack right now. Plays a Stomp. I go to 5. Next card, Soulscar Mage for them. Play this tapped. 1, 2, 3 here. Seasoned Pyromancer. Draw a few more cards. Stone Rain plus a land. Okay. It's okay. Not great. Soulscar Mage. Flame slashes Seasoned Pyromancer here. Here's Mentor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 6. Let's flashback Seasoned Pyromancer here, making tokens this turn, and then Mentor plus Stone Rain. Not Stone Raining there means they could play Bone Crusher Giant. I'm afraid, but not entirely. Down to 2. Am I dead? And a Firebolt. Alright. Alright. Opponent has plenty of land destruction. Preventatives. Bobble Boom Bust. Alright. Condemn, Oust, Swift Spear, or Mentor, and Angers come in. Crack the Earth can go here, and the Cleansing Wildfires. Pretty confident that's what I would like to play here. Ghostly look good. Extra Mentors are right. Some Stone Rain Pillage effects here. Angers, Ousts. All of this for removal. We have Luris to gain life. I could bring in Relics here. Relic would be a way to keep them off of Bedlam or off of Lava Dart, but not really. I don't think I'm going to bring Relic in because it hurts me more than I think it would hurt them. Yeah, they don't get to reuse the Lava Dart maybe. I'm already going to be blowing up their land, so if they want to take the time to do that as well, I think I will allow my opponent to do such things. They do play their own Seasoned Pyromancers. I have mine. We could switch out the Chromatic Star for the Relics here, but I think I'm good with where we're at. Lava and Firebolt. True that. Alright, we can keep this hand. I guess I'm not too worried about a Firebolt here. I'm going to be blowing up lands. So if my opponent somehow gets to 5 mana, then they're good. Bobble here. I guess I'm not too worried about the Reveler. Pyromancer's a maybe. Alright. Soulscar Mage off of the basic mountain here. Lightning Bolt coming, and I draw a land, please. Man, I miss the land drop. Let's go ahead and make white here. Try and hit another land. Can oust, though, if I miss. Let's go ahead and oust and pass turn. I am going to need a land soon, though. Tempoing them out slightly here. Maybe we can buy us enough time for the anger here. Bomat. Don't tell me you kept a one-lander, opponent. No, don't do it. Oh my gosh, they kept a one-lander. They kept a one-lander against the land destruction deck. I can't say much. Alright, this next card's Soulscar, so we don't need to use Bobble here. Lava Dart. Come on, land. There's a land for them. Where'd their Soulscar Mage go? Hits for some damage. Bobble trigger here. Draws a land. Extra oust. Let's go and oust Bomat here. They lose those cards. I can condemn the Swift Spear as well. We could have blown up a land. They did not. They have not drawn this land. I guess they... I don't know. I don't know what they did. Pillage my land. Alright. Sounds good. So in this case, I'll go ahead and condemn. Go ahead and condemn. We'll just condemn now. I don't have any other card I want to. And we draw a Boom Bust. Well, since they did that to me, we'll do that to them. 3 cards. One of them's a Lightning Bolt. The other one's a Mountain here that we haven't seen yet. We're close to Luris, as in many cards away. There's Bomat again. My opponent's choosing not to play their Soulscar Mage here. Bomat does damage. 1, down to 14. Does finally play that lightning bolt. So we have a land and an unknown card. Go ahead and blow up another land here and pass turn. Seasoned Pyromancer's looking nice. They haven't shuffled, have they? No. Attacks for 1 here. Miss our land drop. Go ahead. We'll be okay. Promise. I promise. So there's Soulscar Mage looking to play Anger the Gods now. Oh, maybe it is under. Maybe it is. I'll just get rid of it. They're not playing it. Pass turn. Looking for another land here. We're on turn 8. Turn 8, we're 18 cards in. There's an extra land for my opponent. The struggle for the land is real. It's a shame we didn't hit it there because we would have been able to get rid of Bomat. Stomps me. Okay. They're tapped out. This is the time to get the land. We're at 4. Their pillage really got me there. But we'll see. Maybe they hit their own land here. It's a Swift Spear. The irony is beautiful. Bobble draws me a Mentor. We're at 20 cards deep and haven't found our 4th land. Remember, 1 was killed. Opponent does another pair of damage to me. Down to 2. A lot of things kill me now. Bomat looking for the kill. Finds a land. Lava Dart, Lava Dart. Alright. All these 3-drops. All these 3-drops. I wonder where our land is. I wonder where our next one is. There it is. I wonder where the next land is. There we go. So 33 cards down to find 5 lands. It seems rude. Excellent start. 2-1, then straight into an 0-2, 0-2, 0-2. We are in match 5. Let's see if we can get a win and put this list at least at 2-3. Because right now, I think the list is pretty sweet. Has some adjustments that we'd like to make, but on the whole, pretty sweet. The 50 play point quest, indeed. We must succeed. The side quest has been initiated. We're going on an adventure. On an adventure. I have some ideas what might help this list a little bit. We'll talk about them at the end. Lucky number for lucky bummers. Lucky bummers. Quest. Hey, thank you for the follow. Last opponent. We can't find them. All right, we found a match. Let's play Magic. Let's go. All right, we play first. We're against Duke Vertru. The opening hand. I think we can go ahead and keep this. We got Bobble, we have Star, we have a Boom Bust, we have a Stone Rain. We got quite a few things going for us. We'll wait to draw here in case they are a Thoughtseize list. Oh. Oh, I wonder what they saw. Oh, Verdant Catacombs. Watery Grave. Does nothing here. End step, we'll check what they're doing. A Thought Scour. Alright, alright. Bobble triggers all around. Guess I'll crack the earth. Guess I'll crack the earth. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I hope they have another land. Thought Scours. Street Wraith, Peatland hit the bin. We'll get rid of our star here. Cleansing Wildfire is our next one, or we have the option of Boom Busting here. I hope they have targets for us. Verdant Catacombs, my opponent does not go fetching. In light of no fetching, we'll try Ghostly, hoping that they don't have Stubborn Denial. How do you like them apples, Duke? They do fetch now. Watery Grave shocks it in. Stubby D. Alright. Alright. Okay. Peatland here. Watery Grave. I can take care of some of this. Plan is to take care of some of this. We'll see. They're at 14. Can't play Death Shadow just yet. Passes. Can I get Mentor down and then do everything next turn? That would be great. That would be great. Let's chance it. Mentor into play here. Ow. Go ahead. Do your worst. Mentor in play. We'll see if they have like a Dismember here or something. They do. We've enabled my opponent. Opponent enabled. Thought Scours. Goes over a Stubborn Denial and a Thoughtseize. Verdant Catacombs. Doesn't look very good. Could have used that Mentor. Death Shadow into play. It's a 5/5. Following Death Shadow. 2 5/5s here. Alright. Cast Boom Bust here. Fetching with Arid Mesa so I don't lose the land. The old Boom Bust trick. Let's go ahead and Stone Rain the Peatland as well. This way they don't have a way to Team or Battle Rage me out of this. Is Wildfire a sacrifice? I thought it's quick play. What? I'm not sure I'm following. Alright, so my opponent just kills us. What is this? What the? Give stuff flying? Alright. Playing Mentor enabled my opponent a little too much there. It enabled them a little bit. Not gonna stop me from playing them though. Alright, this matchup. Cleansing Wildfire, Monastery, Mentor, Condemn, and Oust in. I think Crack the Earth is worth at least a 2 of, but we're converting those to Cleansing Wildfires here. I need a little bit of removal, that's why Oust and Condemn are coming in. I can probably take out maybe a pair of stars here. And then I have one extra Mentor here. I'm going to take out probably just like a Pillage. Oh, sorcery. Yes, yes. I'll let chat answer. Thank you for the follow. Alright, so a Grixis Death Shadow. Really 4-color Death Shadow. We saw green mana as well with that breeding pool near the end. My opponent can fly over us. Kind of interesting seeing that Aven. So let's be mindful of that going forward. Let's go ahead and keep this opening hand. Might play around a Stubborn Denial here. Might not. We'll see. Wouldn't mind getting a mentor down. They did kill it last time, though. Do we see any red? Didn't we see a... Oh, I don't think we did. Acid Wolfpack, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Wolfpack, you know what to do. I'm waiting. There we go. Grace has got it. Welcome to the Wolfpack. Thank you so much for that Twitch Prime, throwing it our way. You get these sweet emotes all over Twitch that you can use. Also for some of the new subscribers, although a lot of them have been repeats, we do have our sub-only Discord, which is the second link, but you can always find me at both Pyro Prison and sub-only Discords there. Check them out. Huge fan of the YouTube content. Well, thank you. We left a message for you YouTube folks today. We even said thanks for stopping by, you crazy people. So thank you. Thank you for stopping by to the Twitch channel. All right, what are we doing, opponent? Thinking on this 7 real hard here. Look at that. Look at all the emotes, the love. See how welcome they now feel? They feel great. They feel great. Never join the Discord. Discord folks know before YouTube folks, which know before Twitch folks, what's going up to YouTube. And I have an idea. I've talked about this lots and lots of times. But I have an idea. Lead with, by the way, you lead with Mountain in case they play something where I can then Cascading Cataracts, not worry about a Stubborn Denial. We've talked a lot about ways to make the membership, the subscription, worth more. I'm going to hold this Bobble since my opponent has a Polluted Delta here. We're going to chill here with a Flagstones into play and pass turn. Trying to play around a variety of things. We need them to fetch anyway. So back to the subscription idea. I've got ideas. I've got to get some art done. And I've got to come up with how I would put together the idea. I'll probably hit up 2 mods with some questions. But we're gonna work on making in 2021 the sub thing a little bit more valuable for you all. I'm worth every bit. Thanks. Thought Scours themselves. Street Wraith, Thought Seize, Death Shadow, Thought Scour, Burdened Catacombs, Polluted Delta, and extra Thought Scour in the bin. Overgrown Tomb here and does an Inquisition. What do you want? What are you selling? What are you buying? It's already worth enough? But I can do better. It won't be often. It'll be something I do once in a while. Once in a while. It will not be video related. It's not going to be won't be video related. It's not going to be like a special like clip or anything. Nothing like that. All right. Here, I'm going to go ahead and bobble. One, to see what's the next thing. They've got another Inquisition here. So I kind of have a turn that I could put Mentor down. I could put a Ghostly Prison down. I can hit him with a Boom Bust here to set him back. A lot of options here. Forgetting about 2020 for 3 hours every Monday, Wednesday, Friday has been priceless. I was hoping. Flood is your most used emote. Dude, Flood can be used kind of everywhere. It's a really nice emote. I believe it's a lady that I work with. She's from Italy. Assuming it's a she. Does really, really nice work. All right, Cascading Cataracts here. The question is, do I want to Boom Bust? Boom Bust leaving up like an Oust, which is sorcery speed. Do I want to throw the Ghostly Prison in? Some questions to be answered here due to this Inquisition. You assume Bolus knows her? Maybe. Maybe. All right, I'm going to get greedy here. I'm going to put the Mentor down. pass a turn. They maybe Inquisition me and then get something else, but if they don't touch this Mentor, it could go pretty wide pretty fast. Let's see what happens. By the way, the lady that I'm talking about did this emote, this emote, this. What else did they do? This one. They did this one. They did this one. And then the other artist did my logo and these. And then I had another artist do this one and this one. So I've had 3 different artists doing stuff. My opponent snow-covered islands and then dismembers me. This means they get to Inquisition and probably play a Death Shadow. Anyway, 3 different artists doing artisty things. Opponent does an Oust here, plays a Death Shadow. I think I'm going to slap down the Ghostly Prison here. Arid Mesa, let's fetch. Let's put this sideways here. And pass the turn. We got a 2-2, maybe Scourges to show up. Pillage and Boom Bust on the ready. Let's blow some lands up. Street Wraith. This does mean that Death Shadow is getting Stubborn Isle very quick to being able to kill things that we do. Thought Scours. Peat land for our opponents. Could be a cantrip. Kind of want to go after the Watery Grave and the Snow-Covered Island first, if I get that option. Traversing for another creature. So if they want to attack this turn, they've got to pay. Another Death Shadow. So here I want to hit a land so that I can actually blow both blue sources up. So they can't counter anything in the future. Cleansing. Alright, that doesn't quite do what I want. So I suppose I'll Boom Bust one of the blue sources here. And I'll Cleansing Wildfire to redraw the Peat land. Taking care of the Peat land here because they could use that as a draw. I do have an extra land. Vantage down past turn. Okay. Still going to take some serious damage when they can attack here. Pillage is next. Pillage will take care of the extra island here. I'm getting there. A little motorcycle. Can also use it to continue to grow their Death Shadow. That's true. They could. My opponent finds a Verdant Catacombs. Fetch and Shocks has a breeding pool here. This is an 8/8 now. This isn't looking very good. Traverses. They can put Death Shadow down and attack, and then they have 2 attacks as well. Ugh. Our land destruction plan's not working very well here. Another Death Shadow. They're going to play one of these. Play one and have Snow-Covered Island available to them. Even if I get a second land destruction spell here, it won't work. But a Luris might. Okay. Play Luris. Luris can gain some life. I don't really know what this buys me, unfortunately. Bobble past turn. The Condemn's already here, so I have no instant spells that interact with our opponent. I probably am not getting there. Shock's in here, which is really good now for them because this is now lethal. It's now lethal. Huh. Well, it looks like we're not getting those 50 play points, huh? Doesn't look very good for us at all, does it? 0-2. We go 2-1, blasting Tron apart, and then run the table 0-2 style, playing the Crackin Monks in Modern, a red-white lockout variant. Okay, let's talk about this. So, notably, Crack the Earth is a bit of a weaker card. We've kind of noticed that when we've played it. If you get to play Star in that, or you get your flagstones down and then a red source, you can use Crack the Earth fairly quickly. Crack the Earth is almost dependent on being somewhat on the play to some degree in this. You could also get a Bobble and Crack the Earth, but now you're kind of losing a card to do a land destruction spell. Noted. Cleansing Wildfire is pretty good. We've actually seen this used to quite a good effect. In this list, I'd almost bring the 2 Cleansing Wildfires in for the Crack the Earths. The Ousts are nice, but you lose the option to play Path. You're playing Oust, though, because you don't want to use Path, because Path kind of goes against the whole idea of land destruction. Having 3 Ghostly Prisons here, yeah. It did work. Slowed things down. I upped the Mentors. It was kind of interesting because the Mentors were really good, but they also got a lot of the removal. Other lists play more Planeswalker styles, and with more Planeswalker styles, you probably kind of can blank more things in game 1 than this list does because of this 8 option right here. Was it fun, Grace asks. Yes. Yes. I think it was fun. Is it worth, kind of to Tomahawk's question, going out and immediately purchasing the cards? Perhaps not. But if you have Mentors lying around in Lurrus, and you have Baubles from another deck, so Lurrus and Baubles from another deck, it might be worth something here. The thing that I think this list is missing, if I'm honest with you, is a way to either accelerate Mentor out to make Crack a little bit better, or a way to really interact with your opponent in a meaningful way. I'm thinking Lightning Bolts and Helixes kind of give you that. If you play Planeswalker versions, you get to Wrath, where in this one you can't really do that. And so you're very reliant on all your creatures being on the battlefield, but also all your spells interacting with your opponent. And some of the matchups with the Ren and 6 is just going to be really, really daunting and difficult to beat. Red-white. Crackin Monks, though. Modern. Alright.